So what's going on, everybody? This is Kyle, the director of Identity, and it's been a year, so I thought I'd look back at it and how I felt about it. I actually haven't watched this since it came out, and I find it really hard to go back and watch stuff. So originally, this was supposed to be a project for one of my final classes in college. It was about business in the art world, basically, and how to navigate through that. And for the final project, you could either write a paper about that or you could make something. And of course, I decided to make something. So that's where the initial jump for the short film started. I wasn't doing well in the class, so I knew I had to come up with something to reflect what I wanted to do. So I was the only one that wanted to be a filmmaker in this class. Everybody else was other stuff. But I decided that I would make a film. And this is what the result was. It wasn't really planned that much. I had a rough outline of shots I wanted to get, and I was just lucky enough to have somebody that was willing to help me. And everything was really, really scrappy. I mean, like, the dress that's used, this gray dress I've had since high school, and I had to, like, hide it to make sure that my parents didn't know I had it. And then I bought the lipstick and the nail polish that day, like on the way there to shoot it. Had the earrings already, had the necklace already, and that was really all I had. This shot was kind of annoying to get because I knew it. I think this is like one of the last things we did because like obviously the more and more I would paint my nails, the worse my hands would look in the shot. And like he was like right over behind me with the cameras to make sure that we could get it correctly. I think I did. It took me like 2 or 3 times to do it. It wasn't anything crazy. Most of the shots here, were just very simple things that I thought would look good enough on camera. Center framing stuff and just trying to keep that through line throughout. I mean, obviously everything here is handheld most of the time, but these are all just images that came to me. As far as the voiceover goes, I had no plans with the voiceover whatsoever. It was completely improvised. Again, I did a couple takes and I like built up notes over doing that process and then things I wanted to say, but it was pretty much improvised the whole way through. The audio mixing itself for it was done by a friend of mine as well, because initially there were a lot of pops in the audio mix, and luckily I was able to send it to her and she was able to fix it up for me so that it sounds how it sounds now. Looking back at it, this isn't as bad as I thought it was. I find it really hard to watch myself, so I wasn't really sure how I was gonna think about looking at it, but this is actually not terrible. I'm surprised with myself. This is another thing that just took too long. Look at me like trying not to look at the camera, but very much acknowledging it at the same time. And there's all this shit in my hair, and I don't know what it's from. And my locks were so short back then. I also look good in this. Like, if I wanted to wear these things, I feel like I could pull most of them off. I mean, I get my nails done when I can, but that's besides the point. As far as editing, it was edited in iMovie. I tried to shoot sequentially because that's just what works the best with my brain. And aside from, I think, like 2 or 3 things that we shot out of sequence, like I said, the nails, that everything else was done the way it appears in the film. As far as what I've done with the film since, it's only been sent to one film festival. It was submitted back in May to the New York Queer Film Festival because they waived fees for queer filmmakers, and that's the end of the film. Well, not queer black filmmakers. That's the end of the film. Thank you for the support and for people, watching and sharing the film. Almost 500 people have seen this movie, a very personal movie at that, and I just can't state how appreciative I am of the people who not only helped me make the film, helped share it, made art for it, just made it possible. So with that, I just want to say thank you and continue to share it if you are able to. And hopefully I can continue to make films that represent my voice and that people can resonate with.